Hi, how are you? It's Jody. I just wanted to quickly come on and let the people know that have sent me some supportive messages about Elsa, that she's passed away on Tuesday, the 13th. Someone was saying in the comments that she was, very alert, and she really was, but during the night on Monday, I could hear and I could actually feel her chest was very rattly. She was very wheezy. And it was something that you could audibly hear. And it's just hard. So I was really worried about her through the night. So, stayed up with her, and she sort of slept, but she was having difficulty breathing. And then when my son got up about 8, he came in, and I told him that I was worried that she was having trouble breathing, and it could be time to have someone come and put her out. I didn't want her gasping for air. I've had that with a dog when I was growing up, and he couldn't breathe. He had heartworm, and I was at home alone with him, and he was turning blue. He was just so distressed. He couldn't get a breath in, and so that's always sort of stuck with me. And like my parents, they'd gone away, so I went to my next door neighbour, and he took the dog and me to the vet and took our dog in, and then came out and said that he was put to sleep, and that was that. I didn't know what put to sleep really meant, so I spent the next few months not wanting to go to sleep, just in case. It wasn't explained to me. I guess if you've got kids, don't use that phrasing, put to sleep. So my son and I spoke about, and we stayed with her, and she had roast pork for breakfast, which she ate. She gobbled down, and that was the thing. Like, she was so alert and still eating, and she didn't know what was going on. I feel so guilty. Like, it stabs me in the heart. But she didn't know it was her last day. But like, we had a second opinion, and they said, well, we got in the end 3 opinions, and they all said the same thing, that she'd probably, go into a respiratory failure. And then it was going to be like a rush to get her to a vet and have that vet do what needed to be done, because it was really only going to be like, we didn't decide until 12 o'clock. Like, we and ahed, and like, well, it was me. It's not fair. My son's just turned 18, and it's his dog, and his one thing was he didn't want her to suffer at all. Like, he was worried about the sedative, that the needle would hurt her. Like, he just didn't want her to feel any pain whatsoever. And I didn't feel like I could put that decision on his shoulders. So she still was saying, like, if we, it was only going to be days, and that was going to be more for us than for her. And which would have been selfish, but so at 12 o'clock we called the vet to arrange someone to come out. Her vet wasn't available, but another lady was, and we organised. My son was able to come. So between 12, she had a steak for lunch, and she had so many treats. My son was here. My eldest son came, and he brought this chocolate for her. He didn't think that she should have to die without having tasted chocolate. So she was allowed to eat the thing that sorry, the panda's bottom's in your face there. So she was able to eat the thing that she'd always been shooed away from. But she didn't have any idea. And her stomach had started to really bruise as well. So there was some internal bleeding. But she was alert. She even, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I tried doing this video so much. I didn't want to do it until she'd actually come home. It didn't feel right. But now that I've started talking about it, and also, like, in my head, I was thinking about my dearest, dearest friend who passed away on the 12th, 5 years ago. And her birthday's the 13th. And not that that had any bearing on it. I just thought it, I don't know. I did ask her to look after her. She would do that anyway in heaven. She's Catholic. I don't really have the faith that she had. I wasn't brought up like that. I only was exposed with from her. So anyway, that's off topic. So the vet came and talked it through, and we got her opinion. And you know those people that you look at and you just see their inner beauty? She was one of these people. She just, I can't even remember what she looks like, but I can remember that inner beauty coming out. She was so lovely. I also was really comfortable with her. She did everything slowly and explained everything, and Elsa was in her spot, next to me here, and she gave her the sedative in the back of her neck, and she was still eating, having treats, and she dug up after the sedative, she dug up a treat from under my pillow, and then sort of must have felt wobbly because she lay down, and then she's trying to chew it, and she's slowly getting more sleepy, and to the point where she fell asleep with this treat in her mouth, not knowing that she wasn't going to wake up to finish it. I feel so guilty about that. I feel so guilty that she thought she was going to, just have a sleep and then wake up and we'd all be here. So, and then, when she was asleep, we just got too much for the boys, and they left. And I didn't want them to see her after she'd been injected with the other stuff that stops their heart. So that worked out well. It didn't take long, and just held her throughout it, and all I could say was, I'm so sorry, and I love you, and I'm so sorry, and it was I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, and I love you, we love you, you are loved, I didn't say we're gonna miss you, I know, she wouldn't have heard or understood or anything, but And anyway, she didn't have any reactions to the medication. After the IV, little cannula was put into a little leg, and the medication was put in. She didn't have any spasms or anything like that. She just, it was so quick. And now she's at the crematorium, but that's another story. I want to thank everyone who's shown an interest in her and her well-being. I even feel guilty that I haven't told you sooner. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry she's gone, and I smell this little dog. She's chewed on so much. It smells like her. And it must be full of germs, so I'm scared I'm not going to remember her smell. Anyway, thank you for caring. It's meant a lot. She was the most... like, before she'd gotten sick, we'd spoken about maybe getting another dog, but we didn't want to, annoy Elsa, and then after she got sick, no, and now it's like, no. My eldest son is, he is a beautiful dog that we used to babysit every week. But she's a lot younger, and she was stressing Elsa out, so she wasn't able to come over. I miss her, but I don't know. It won't be the same without her getting toys out of the toy box, and then Elsa coming along and then taking them off her. I haven't packed up any of her toys, and I keep stepping on a bone that's like in this shaggy rug in my carpet. I can't bear to pick it up. I don't know, is this normal? I miss my friend so much. She would be the one that I'd talk about this to. You know, that one person in your life that you can tell anything to and understand. And she was the closest person on earth to me. The first person I, chose to love. That, that wasn't family. We sort of knew each other since we were 5, so that was 45 years. I'm going to go. Just start crying.